Hey everybody, I'm out here in beautiful Puerto Vallarta. We're going to talk about little Ben Hogan though, Mr. Hogan, the wee man. The thing that Ben did so well, he was very fast with the arms and setting the wrists, like a Jake Knapp kind of does his practice swing, and Jordan Spieth used to. It looked like kind of like this, right? And then Ben would kind of sling it back here. By the time the left arm was level to the ground, this baby was on the plane. It kind of set itself. The reason I'm going there is because Trevino, he took it back like this and then looped it around, came back in and pushed it through beautifully, right? We know that. And Jack Nicklaus thought Trevino was awesome. He didn't, Mr. Hogan too, but that he could move it around and get back into impact. So that impact position is so, you know, like Hogan, shifted forward, spine angle down, and such like that. So the thing about Mr. Hogan that I wanted to cover today mostly is for you amateurs, average Joes out there that are trying to figure out how to get this thing going back. Do I take it straight back? Do I take it back at an angle? Well, if you look at the arms are at an angle this way with the shaft, right? So it would make sense that it wouldn't go straight back. If I had my arms hanging straight down here, like we do with a putter, then it would, make sense that I would go a little more straight back for sure. When you start getting to a driver, taking it out here is trouble. You have the club with the driver, sports if you played maybe. Do you like the feeling of the swinging of the club head? Or do you like the feeling of hitting and moving your body and thrusting at the golf ball? So the swinger goes like this. There's the swinging action. And the hitter, well, the swinger just lets the arm go and swing and roll. And the hitter does not do that. The hitter comes in and like a Trevino and drives that right arm. So it's a driving action. It's like coming down, accelerating that arm like a Bryson, straightening things out, just getting into a smashing look, where the swinger's like letting the club go, letting the velocity of the wrist unhinge that club head for speed, and that's Hogan and Jake Knapp. Away from you and that shaft angle got to 45 degrees, when you start it back, just let it slip into that plane that feels so low that most of you, will just have to see it to believe it. But also, when you try it, you're going to get the benefit of getting centered contact and more speed coming around. It's called angular momentum this way. So, but Mr. Hogan, I'm covered today a little bit of the swing plane. So by the time your left arm gets level to the ground, you want to feel the stretch of that arm out here, and the shaft is on plane. So that is something to strive for, okay? Like his mirror was set up on the shoulders, which is higher. And what we're doing right now is this is called the shaft plane. Then there would be the elbow plane, which is a bit higher, and then through the shoulders. So we got hip plane, kind of low rib or elbow plane, and then we've got shoulder plane. So when you're feeling this, you're going to feel on the low plane. We'll just call it low. You come around over here, there's Hogan, getting in there and really getting the wrist going fast. So I'm going to hit a couple here. This is an 8-iron, 150 yards. And I'm going to feel like I butter whip this like a Jake Knapp. I get in here and just set it low, P3 only. Here we go. I feel this is going to be good. Very solid. So that swing to me felt like that shaft just slipped around my thigh. My hands, as I looked down here to my feet, my white grip, I could sense that it was just moving across my toes, okay? That had no intention of going out towards you, okay? So that's something to consider when you're trying to figure out how I can visualize this when I'm out here. Well, the handle, let's say the middle of the handle is about right here if you dropped a plumb line down. And what you're trying to do is move that plumb line around your body, okay? And so if you're taking the plumb line and going out this way, then you're separating the right arm from your body, disconnecting already. And at some point, you got to reconnect, you know? And Victor Hovland right now looks like he's like this, going back, right? And then coming down, he pumps it back down in front. I can't think of his name. Max Homa. Now, Max Homa's the plane guy. You know, he likes the alignments of the plane. He likes that feeling of getting the club on plane and the arms connected. Could you see how my right elbow is still close to my ribs? Okay? So I'm not disconnecting the pressure points under my underarm. I'm feeling at position 3 here that I'm still connected very low towards the elbow in the backswing. Okay? And this is a good place to practice, because when you come through on this side, you can keep your connection with your pressure points here and start to really generate some rotational speed. And you'll notice that the club is just whipping around this way, but the ball's taking off straight. So when you watched Mr. Hogan waggle, he would always waggle like this. He'd break the right wrist, the club head would kind of sweep in, and the handle would actually go out. Another guy that does that is Dustin Johnson, believe it or not. He goes out there. When he's going out there with the handle, he's pulling back, and then he dips down and takes it around the corner here. But a waggle is a waggle. That's a wristy thing. Like I was saying before, Spieth used to do this. He did it very fast, but I don't see him doing that much anymore. Jake Knapp for sure. Every swing like this. Just practicing the release and swinging of the club head. So what you might want to know is the golfing machine. That's the system written by Homer Kelly that brought out MORAD, Macklin-Grady Research and Development, right? And also Stack and Tilt. Okay, so the genesis of alignment golf came out of the golfing machine. And defined in that book is wonderful stuff about the wrists. You know, if you have a wrist like this, like a Matthew Fitzpatrick, right? He's got this one very cranked over, but the right hand kind of on top here, really covering that thumb. That provides the most hinging, and Matthew's looking for a lot of speed. He's a slight guy, but he's pounding it out there 300 like the rest of the guys, because he realizes that's the most hinging grip, and that's the velocity of the club head. So you see Matthew at the top, he will be very cupped, okay? He is not flat. If he went for a flat left wrist with that grip, you could see the club face is like facing out in front of me, but when you have it cupped, it's neutral. And then he comes in and just smashes it. So Hogan had a more neutral grip than Matthew, but the right hand was super over the top. And that's going to provide that real hingy kind of action, which is nice. And he used to just swing that club back, and it would set the wrist on plane and then butter whip this thing through. So like I was saying, the golfing machine explains the grip types. Believe it or not, it's got them all cataloged in there. Very short little half paragraphs about the number. He's numbered them, Homer Kelly, and also said what they're good for. Like, you know, it's a hinging and unhinging grip only, no roll. And that means that with Matthew's grip, from here, hinging and hinging only, and no rolling. Okay, so very good that you know what you can do with it and what you should do with it. So all you guys have that flat left wrist maybe over there. Maybe you have your grip straight down like a John Rahm, a Morikawa, a Hideki, and you get it cupped at the top. Well, as soon as you get it cupped, you can see the back of my club, right? I mean, this is wide open. So then I've got to really hustle it through. Now, chances are that not everybody is skilled at opening and closing the face and whipping the club, right? But question being is like, what? Hey guys, what's going on? It's Gorminator here. Check that link down below in the description. Website's ready for you. It's full of videos to help you with your own game, right? Pulse and fixes folders, videos to help you with your driver. Maybe you're slicing the driver, maybe you want to hit it further. Also, a driving range folder. That's right. Drills to help you stay focused in there. When you guys come to the range, I want you to do focused work, not just hit balls all over the place. So check that link down below, and we'll see you on the other side.